Hey guys, this is the weekly overview for October 14th. Monday, we are going to start out with a benchmark workout Jackie, 4-time, 1,000-meter row, 50 thrusters at 45, 35, and 30 pull-ups. Before we do that, guys, we are going to warm up with some thrusters and really just keeping the weight, giving you guys a range between 75 and 135. And the whole point of this is just to make sure we're opened up and we have a good position for the thruster before doing Jackie. So, keep this weight to a weight that you can move really well. It's not going to really wear you out for the workout, but it is going to challenge your position and really force you to be in a good position to execute the movement. Now, the thrusters on Jackie are really light, right? We have an empty barbell there. And so the way to kind of approach this, guys, with the row, you do want to come out at 80, 85%, kind of push the pace, really thinking about driving through the whole back and the legs and then pulling with the back and then finishing with the arms. Think big, powerful pulls, rest going forward. And that way when you come off this, you're going to feel good in the quads and you'll be able to do the thrusters, okay? If you start leaning forward or pushing into the toes and driving through the legs without, really leaning or getting the shoulders forward in the front of the catch or in the position where we're all the way forward, the shoulders are in front of the hips, and then we're driving with the legs and leaning back, then what you'll do is you'll blow up your quads before even getting to the thrusters. So really try to focus on the posterior chain and driving through the legs and thinking about this as a big, powerful pull rest going forward. And if you have a 1K time trial time of, say, I'm just going to throw a number out, but to say 3:30 is a really good time for you to hit, then we're going to be closer to 4 minutes on the thrusters, or on the row before getting to the thrusters. So just kind of backing it off a little bit to where you can then get to the thruster and move quickly. Now for the thrusters, it's always tough to do 50 no matter how strong you are at it. Pausing overhead and resting overhead before going into the next rep can allow you to cycle the bar for a lot longer. Anyone can squat 45 pounds unbroken, but with the thruster, the arms get kind of tired and it just gets kind of monotonous. But if you start breaking it up by just pausing and then trying to do large sets, 15, 20, 30, and then for those of you that really want to push it, we are trying to go unbroken. Do not drop the barbells, okay? Set them down nice and easy, all right? With the empty barbell, we do not drop them. 30 pull-ups, you're just going to do what you can there, all right? So, trying to really push, bigger, whatever sets you have. It's really no difference than any other workout where we have a set of 30. You're going to do what you can. The high-level people, you are trying to go unbroken. If you're going for a high-level score today, then that's what we're going to try to do. When we try to break this out in time, we have anywhere from 3:15 to 4 minutes, maybe even 4:30 on the row. All right, we want to take 2 to 3 minutes right here on the thruster. So on the slow end, we're at 7 minutes, and that gives us 3 minutes to do the pull-ups to hit that 10-minute target. We do want to push a 10-minute target, but that does not have to be a hard cap today. If you're getting close and you're close to finishing, just go ahead and finish. But really, this is really going to come down to you do have to kind of push the thrusters and keep them consistent in order to get this done. But a really good one, guys, a really good benchmark test. For those of you guys that have done this before and have been close to being unbroken, I do think that it's a really tough challenge, but I think anyone who's going for that top target, trying to stay unbroken. And then the RX Plus, if you know you can go unbroken for the 30 pull-ups, then, make them chest to bar and try to do the same thing. All right, on Tuesday, we are going to go on the 6 minutes for 5 sets, 10 bar-facing burpees, 400-meter run, and then you're going to do power cleans. And so we're going to start out with 10 for the first round, 8, 6, 4, 2. The weight is going to be ascending. Now, when we look at this, if you're thinking what weight should I be using? 225 I would think could be a weight that could still be touch and go for 2. It doesn't have to be, but if you really had to, it's probably no more than 80% of your 1 rep max. And if you feel like you can challenge yourself to that, that's great. And then you can just look at the time targets too. So, we want to scale to be 4:30. Top times of 3:30, and here's how we kind of get this. So we have 10 bar-facing burpees moving at a quick clip. That's going to be roughly 30 seconds, okay? So we have 30 seconds on the bar-facing burpees. We've got, let's call it 2 minutes. That puts us at 2:30, right? So 2:30 total right now. And then you have power cleans that can take a minute, up to a minute. So they don't have to be touch and go. Plenty of time to still get this done. I think even being sub 3 minutes is going to be very doable today, especially as the reps go down. But again, we just want to think about moving quickly on the burpee, pushing the run and then getting these power cleans done as quickly as possible, whether that's fast singles or even large sets. And I think especially for the set of 10, that weight should be something that you could do unbroken if you needed to. On the fitness, we have 8 burpees, 800-meter bike. We're just going to pull the run out today. And then we have 8 dumbbell power cleans. And it's just going to stay the same, and you want to just be consistent and just have repeatable rounds there. All right, so you're pushing the pace. You're just jumping and clapping on the burpee. You're going to push that bike as hard as you can. And then you're going to go to those cleans. And I think this is easy to be sub 3 minutes per round and doing more of a one-to-one work rest. All right, on Wednesday, we have a death by, okay? So it just means like we're going to failure. We have 3 bike calories on the first minute, 3 row calories in the next minute, and then you're going to add by 3 each round. So, you know, the next round is 6 and 6. Ladies, you're 4 and 4. And then it's going to go so on and so forth until, you know, you basically don't get it. So you're going to record your full rounds or each minute. So even if you got through, you know, you got into the rounds of 9s and you actually hit the bike calories, but you didn't finish the row calories in time, that's fine. You're just going to go over the full minute that you did, and then whatever you had remaining or whatever you did in that other minute. A top target here is 16 minutes. I think if you can push 30 and 30, right, that's 20 minutes, which is going to be very, very hard. I'm not sure anyone's going to be able to hold that. You know, just as it gets up there, you're not going to get much rest. When I think about doing this, guys, I start out, don't even really push the pace or don't try to sprint even in the 3s and the 6s. I think really trying to just go at a nice easy pace until you get to those rounds where, you know, you're going to have to push. So trying to think early on, just kind of keeping the heart rate down, using them as warm-up rounds. And then by the time you get up to where the calories are 9, 12, 15, 18, things like that, we're going to have to kind of push the pace a little bit more. So if you can, just go easy in the beginning and just kind of treat it as like the workout hasn't even started yet. And then you're going to have this really intense, like, let's just call it anywhere from 4 to 8 to 10 minutes is where it can get very hard or start getting harder. But the first few minutes shouldn't be too bad. All right, on Thursday, we're going to be going back to the front squat again. 6 for the first set as a nice warm-up set, and then 4s. All right, you're just trying to build off of those sets slightly, okay, or even just one of those sets, even the last set. But even if you could just move the marginal sets or the sets that, you know, early on, you can just move the whole margin of sets. So, like, just think of, like, if you were moving up by, you know, 10 pounds here, you're just going to go up by 5 pounds, but you're going to keep all of your sets a little bit higher than last week. That's also a good way to just get the volume in and, you know, and increase your overall tonnage for the week, opposed to just trying to always hit a higher set for each. After that, 10-minute AMRAP, and realistically, this is more of like a for quality piece. This is just running a steady effort, not necessarily to try to just blow it out the water. Really want to focus on range of motion and quality movement. So we have dumbbell deadlifts, dumbbell lunges. You can just keep the dumbbells to the side, and then strict pull-ups, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's what we're going to be moving to. And actually on this dumbbell, so the dumbbell is actually going to be reverse lunges in place, and that's just going to allow us to move a little bit better and just keep things in the same spot and kind of keep yourself moving a little bit, opposed to having to walk around the gym. Okay, on this again, not necessarily worried about the overall, you know, score, as we're just trying to think about moving consistently throughout this whole piece. On Friday, we're going to be going hang power snatches ×2 on the minute for 12 minutes. So anytime we have something like this on the minute, we want to keep these reps really crisp. We're really just working through the movement that we're going to be doing in this next part of the workout. So after that, for time, we have a chipper, 30 dumbbell bench press. Then we have 30 hang power snatches at 95-65. 30 ring dips, 30 hang power snatches, and 30 dumbbell bench press. This is more of a muscular fatigue workout, guys, and pushing muscular endurance and you know, stamina in the press. Okay, so when we think about this, you know, this this hang power snatch weight, it should be sort of tough, but you know, 2, 3, 4 sets, maybe 5 sets in for the 30 is where we want to be for those. Anything more, then we should just go lighter. All right, as we look at this, you know, scale to be sub 12 minutes, which is roughly 12 minutes around a minute. And then a good target would be, you know, roughly 15 reps a minute. And then I think the top's going to be trying to hold somewhere around 20 a minute, which is going to be pretty tough. sub 8, sub 7 minutes, I think is what we can look at for the top times. All right, on Saturday we have the Monster Mash. All right, guys, so I'm going to give you guys just an at-home workout, really just looking at a 10-minute warm-up jog, take as much time as you need, run a 1.5-mile time trial, and then a cool down. All right, and then get yourself out to the gym. All right, again, we do have a great competition going on, so come out. I hope if you guys are competing, I hope you guys have a great time, and if you have any questions or anything while we're doing that, let me know. We're going to be trying to run this thing as smoothly as we can, as usual. And if you're not competing, come out and support your fellow competitors and fellow gym mates. And, we'll see you guys out there, and we'll get ready to go for the next week.